Hello, here we are, still at Avebury. Just in the grounds of Avebury Manor lies this old
St
church.
James.
Quite a fascinating old church, actually. We've had a wander around there, something to eat, and yeah, we're going to see what comes through. Are we going to try and tune in, Tina, to that lady in white? We've seen her 3 times now, or you've seen her 3 times. Once yesterday, twice today, 2 times are in the manor. Um,
Yes, I saw her in the manor house and a couple of dark corridors that we passed, and she sort of wafted her way through. Young, beautiful girl. Now, yesterday I got the name Elizabeth, so I'm going to go with Elizabeth with her name because her name's not recorded.
yeah. Well, it also has to be said yesterday when she came through with who we believe to be, what's her name, Mary.
Well, this is a video about her, so yeah, so
Okay,
we
but
got
I'm just
confused
saying she
yesterday.
came through, but you weren't able to make a really good
No,
contact.
she sort of like, I don't know, she came through this pink light of love.
Hmm.
And when I tuned into her yesterday, she was heartbroken, as I said.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to find out her story. She came through the energy of being broken-hearted or unreciprocated love. She was a young girl, I would say, 18 to 20. Okay, so I'm going to tune in. I'm going to call her Elizabeth because that's the name I got yesterday. So Elizabeth, if you are in the vicinity and you'd like to come and connect with us in this time and space, we're not here to harm you in any way. We're here to help if we can. Please, could you come through? So I am getting a vision of a young woman.
Okay.
She's not dressed in white, but sorry, she's dressed in a lot of finery. Okay,
Is it the same girl? Do you think,
yeah,
Tina?
it's the same woman.
Definitely. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
she looks the same.
Yep.
Okay, so would you like to connect to me and come forward and tell me why you are still here, please? So immediately she's clutching her heart as if in pain, but the pain is emotional and not physical. So that is, she died of a broken heart, quite literally,
Right.
um, in a way. So she couldn't cope. So this person she was utterly in love with, I mean, she was sort of like higher up in the great scheme of things.
Yeah.
Though she was telling me like the Lord of the Manor was her, she was the ward. He
Okay.
took her under his wing for some reason to bring her into a better and higher education and higher.
So was she of higher breeding
Yeah, she
herself?
was a higher breeder.
Okay.
She told me her parents. She was sent down here because of the attention she got from young men,
Right.
and they didn't want her to marry below herself. They wanted her to make sure that she was brought up in a household where there was the hierarchy, if you like. I don't know the gentleman and the genteel
Yeah.
way of
Yeah.
life. So, and
There's
so
some.
she was promised to a sailor, a famous, a high up sailor at that time.
Have you got a name for him?
I'm just getting a Lieutenant Lovell.
Okay.
So that's the last name I
And
got from him.
where was she? Where did she come from before she came here?
London.
All right. And what was her parents' name?
So I'm getting a Lord and Lady Blanche Flower. Okay, so I'm
Blanche
sure we've come
Flower.
across that name before. Um,
What part of London did she come from, Tina?
Hempstead.
From where?
Hempstead.
Hampstead. Yeah.
Hempstead. That's what she's given me.
Hampstead.
Is it Hampstead?
Yeah, there's
Hampstead,
Hampstead
Hampstead.
Heath. Yeah. Okay. So she was sent here.
Anyway, yeah, to get to the story that she was sent
Yep.
here to her parents were busy. I don't know, they were entertaining. They didn't really have time. And
Right.
so they sent her to this place, to this manor, to be brought up in a way that she would be learning all the etiquette of the ladies of the day and
So
to become a lady.
yeah. So this is like the finishing school for her.
Yeah, to
So
become a
what was the
lady.
name of the people who were going to look after her here at the manor?
John Stalwart.
John Solwalk.
Stalwart.
Okay. Stowell.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what about the wife? What's her name?
Davinia.
Davinia.
Anyway,
And did
so
they have any children as well?
yes, they had children, yes.
Okay.
But I want to get to her story,
Sorry,
keep
just
spreading
trying
it
to paint,
out.
paint picture here, Tina. Carry on.
Link. Okay, sorry, Dan. So there was a groundsman who worked on this estate, and his name was also John Alex. I'm getting them two names.
Okay.
John Alex or Alex John. And he worked with the horse and stable hand. He's sort of done a bit of everything. Okay,
Yeah.
so he was and she'd do walks along here in the churchyard, along the grounds, and they meet and chat, and love blossomed. And
Okay.
they started seeing each other, in a way, not intimate, I wouldn't say, because that weren't the way then, but
A
they definitely
romantic way.
a romantic way.
Yeah.
And he knew that he couldn't have her. He would never be able to have her or get married to her.
Right.
But he was head over heels in love with her. That was a true romantic story. And she was head over heels in love with him. And also, she would look forward every day to meeting him. But he knew he could never have her, so he decided to join the Civil War
Oh, really? Okay.
and become a soldier. Which would have been, if it was an English Civil War, I'm just getting Civil War. He would have been on the Cavalier side, the Royalists.
Yep.
Okay. And he went away to war, and she heard news that he'd been killed,
Right.
and she couldn't take it. She just couldn't take it. This is what she told me. She just couldn't take it because he was her life, and she was always hoping to elope with him, run away with him and get married to him. And she couldn't see any other person in her life, and she became very depressed. Stayed in her room, and she couldn't take it. She couldn't take it, and she decided to join him.
How'd you do that?
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Top of the house. Do you know where we stood?
Sorry?
Do you know where we stood in that room right at the top of the house? And that was just a little room with a bench.
Yes, against a window.
Yes.
Do you mean? And it was very small. The lady thought it was a playroom or something.
Yes. They didn't know.
Right.
That is the actual room where she threw herself out the window.
So she threw herself out the window.
Yeah. And she landed on her head. And that was
it.
And that was it. So that's her story.
And why is she here though?
Because she didn't. Yeah, she's still here because in her eyes that was a sin.
Yeah.
So
well, suicide was regarded as a sin, wasn't it?
Yes. Everyone regarded that as taking on as a sin against God. She walks the grounds, hoping that she's going to meet up with her love, but he didn't die here.
No. Is she buried here in this churchyard?
No, her body got sent back to the family.
Okay, in London.
But her spirit is here.
Yes, this is where she spent happy
and she'll always be here unless she wants to go over because of her love. So all she keep doing is she's like tearful and very remorseful because she can't find him.
Yeah.
Because she's stuck in the airplane.
And has she ever met any other clairvoyants? Has she been able to communicate with anybody since she's done this?
She has shown herself to people, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she's
And there was one woman she tried to communicate with, and the woman became overwhelmed with it all. She couldn't
right.
cope with the energy of it all. And I can remember reading the story. This clairvoyant, and she became overcome, and she had to be
Yeah.
removed from the
Yeah.
manor house. So that probably was her.
Could have been that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so for her to talk to you now and explain the story is quite a novelty for her.
I wouldn't say novelty. It's something that needed to
Different.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's just like lost soul.
And how was her time here at the manor?
She was treated very well.
How long was she here for?
She told me 4 years. So she came in when she was a teenager, like 14, 15.
And the lieutenant who she was promised to, I don't know how that quite works out. What happened with that relationship?
Well, it never developed because she never went back.
Okay.
So she was here to be taught, how to be a lady.
Yeah.
Because her life should have been like a lieutenant's wife,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what but fate stepped in.
It sounds like her parents didn't have the time to do that,
No.
and they had this.
They were very busy in court and entertainment
Yeah.
and all that.
And so, and can you just confirm her first name and her surname, Tina? Can you just reconfirm that?
Elizabeth
It's definitely Elizabeth, and her surname is definitely
Blanche Flower
Okay.
or Blanche, just Blanche. Okay, so it's definitely that on
Okay.
them lines. I'm sorry if I can't get it correct exactly like I normally do. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of people around there, and we're sitting amongst a lot of energetic stones.
We're not even counting the stones.
That's not even counting the
Abbey
stones.
here as well.
There's an
We don't know
abbey.
where that is. How was her relationship with John then, the owner of the property, who was supposed to be her ward?
It was like living with an uncle.
Right. Were they aware that she had this interest or this relationship with the gardener?
No, because if they would have been aware of their words, they would have put a stop to it.
Right. So they did it completely in quiet.
Yeah, that was candid. Yeah.
And what did she think of Avebury, the stones?
She thought they were delightful. She loved the whole place.
Yeah.
She loved being there.
That's got special qualities, doesn't
it?
it?
Yeah, she loved the whole place. She loved being there, and obviously she found love. And
yeah,
when I said she came through with an energy of unrecreated, that's because he went off.
Yes.
Not because he didn't love her, he did.
That's what
but
I thought
he knew he couldn't. He had to get away.
Yeah.
So he joined up with the.
Yeah, he acted in an honourable way, actually.
Yes, he did, because he knew he'd never be able to have it.
Yeah. Ever. And of course, going into the army would have been an escape route. It would be a way out where it's not always easy to do that back then.
No.
So what actually does she know what actually happened to him in the army?
She just got word back that he'd been killed in action.
Okay, that was it. No more.
I'm just seeing a bell. Actually, I was wrong. Well, I shouldn't have done that. He was on the Roundhead side.
Roundhead.
Yeah, because he was people, yeah.
Oh, I see. So he was actually on the wrong. Well, not that there is a wrong side, but he was on. I wonder when you said that. Okay,
well, I just saw the royalists, but that's because they were royalists, right? Okay, so but he weren't. He was
working class
Roundhead,
and he was a Roundhead.
So he knew he could never ever, and that's what he decided to do.
Yes.
And he weren't really bothered whether he came home or not because he knew he could never have her.
Yeah, he would never want to come home, would he? Unless
you could never have her, no matter even if he could never have her because.
And is he buried round here?
No, he died. He died in the battlefield.
And that was it.
Not buried. But word came on. Obviously, his parents lived here, and word came back to her somehow that he'd been killed.
Yeah.
Months later.
Yeah.
Because it would have took months to get the word back anyway. And that was it for her. She tried to cope with it, but she just couldn't.
No.
Oh, what a sad story.
It is a sad story.
I can feel her emotion of heartbreak is so strong.
Yeah.
She was a very sensitive girl, and that was it for her. That was her love of her life, and she didn't want no other. Lieutenant who? She didn't care. She never, she was promised through arrangements, that we'll take her down there out the way so she can get nice and preened up to be a proper lady, and then you can marry her, and that.
That may have been a common occurrence then, Tina, that you were
sent
out into the country where there was some dignity.
Yeah. Well, she would have taught all the ways of being a lady.
Yeah.
With not just the wife, with the mistresses and the nannies and everything who would have been there, all the other ladies. And So if that didn't happen, she had never met him. She probably would have gone off and just lived her life.
Life, yeah.
But this clandestine love
And what
affair,
was it that she saw in this man that she really liked?
gentleness.
He was a gentleman.
He's gentle.
Gentle. Okay.
He'd pick her flowers, wild flowers, and give to her because he didn't have no money, and she would press them in a book,
Aye.
and they were for keepsaking, That, and then she'd look at, and that was that proper like first love, I think, for anyone, where it's just really crushing,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
never think you'd ever love again. With her being so sensitive,
And what was his job, Tina?
he was like he'd work on he'd have something to do with the horses. I can see him something to do with the horses and stable hand, and carriages. It would be all bits of everything. You went like low down here. It's quite high up
Yeah.
in the.
But he was never going to go and breach that gap.
No, he could never bridge that gap. He knew that, and that's why he joined.
Yes.
And she begged him not to go. And I said to you, it's like that record, Billy, don't be a hero.
Mm.
Right. So
what was his name again, Tina? Did you
I got two names, John, Alex.
That's right. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. 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 Wow. And she saw this as the only way out for her. This was it. She couldn't cope with the pain.
She just couldn't
the
cope.
Heartbreak.
She was such a sensitive person that was like literally someone stabbing her in the heart when she found out he was dead.
How did the family react then, Tina, when they found her? Was she able to tell us?
Yeah. That was one. That was I mean, they knew that something had happened because there was like a cry out. Someone literally saw her jumping out the window,
right.
But she was already dead when she hit the ground. So she smashed her skull in.
Yeah, it was instant.
It was an instant death for her. The reason why she stays around is because she's been looking for her love.
For her love, yeah.
And she was hoping to rejoin him. That's why she done it. But instead, as soon as she sort of came out of, sort of hit the ground and then came out.
Yeah.
She'd realised what she'd done, and she knew in her mind, or she thought in her mind, is that such a sin?
Yep.
So she had to stay. She stayed in.
I think quite often when it was suicides, you were buried outside of the church wall. That's why I asked you if she was buried here.
No, she ain't buried here.
She went back home.
Yeah.
I was going to ask yesterday when she came through. Can she tell us what was going on? She came through to you yesterday.
Yeah, she came through, but we didn't communicate with each other because we had this other energy.
Was she aware of the other energy?
At the time, I thought she maybe she did. She was trying to put right. She's like trying to put something right by bringing this.
Oh, she brought this woman through.
Trying to put something right, okay, by getting her to release her pain. The other person, Mary.
Yeah.
Okay, by getting her to have her conversation and release, but that didn't happen that way.
No.
Because the other one, she wants to stay in her purgatory.
Too far gone in the other way.
But this is what she was trying to do.
She was trying to
help others in spirit.
And so she saw something in you, Tina, that thought
it was a great opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can you explain also about you said you saw her with a pink light, a heart-shaped light?
So I know she's of the light of a good light.
Yeah.
Even though she's stuck, her heart is pure.
Yes.
She probably was a virgin.
Yes.
Her heart is pure.
Yes.
Her body and her soul and her heart was pure.
Yeah.
So she's a pure soul. So whether she wants to go over and join, we'll find out. But it's entirely up to her.
I was just going to ask a couple of other questions, Tina. One was, she lived here for 4 years. Was she aware of any, and I don't know what I'm going to say, secrets or things of the house that we may not know today that she would like to tell us? Was there something in the house that she knew about that we don't know?
She was sensitive. She felt spirits.
Oh, did she?
Yeah,
so she was aware of other spirits there?
Yeah, they didn't bother her. But she was aware of things,
So did she see any ghosts, any hauntings while she was alive?
She felt, or she saw even the spirits of the monks who died here.
Yes.
Okay.
She saw the monks, did she?
Yeah.
When she was walking around or in the grounds of the manor?
She'd catch them, yeah. Because the remains were still there then, she's telling me,
of the abbey was still here, the priory, yeah.
Just the remains, because they'd already been trashed in the times of the Reformation.
And she pointed to where they were? We have no idea where this priory was.
She's pulling me in that direction over there.
Over
so-
by the barn.
in that direction over there.
Was
yeah.
that barn there?
That might
Tina?
be not that might be beyond the barn,
Yeah.
but you know, in that direction.
Well, that would have been pretty much in the stones.
That'd be very close to the stones.
Yeah. Okay. Was that barn there when she was about? When she was?
There was a barn there, yeah.
There was a barn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Is there any message you'd like to give us all?
Okay.
I know she was a young girl, and usually we only ask people who have.
Well, the thing is, this woman actually, even though she thought she was going to go to hell because of the
What
way
she's
they were
done.
taught,
Yeah.
she doesn't regret it
Right.
in that way. But
Okay.
what she regrets is that she didn't manage to leave the plane.
Yes.
She come earthbound, and she just wanted to be with her love, and that's all she wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So her message is,
You should ask her, Tina.
you know, love conquers all in the end. Not just love between two people. Love conquers all in the end. So it could be many, many hundreds of years that she's been floating around,
Yeah.
being seen.
Can she give us a year? I know this story is documented, so could she give us a year?
1700s.
1700s.
No, yeah, 1700s. It'll be 16th century. Yeah. Around. Okay, give me 1660s.
And who was the king?
Okay, King Charles the First.
Okay. Okay.
That's what the war was about.
Yes, of course. It kind of tied in there a little bit, does. Yeah. I just want to check that. Yeah. Okay. So, do you think you want to ask the question, Tina? Can I, one more? Is she aware that this is 2023?
She knows it's eons, but she didn't know the year now.
Okay.
She didn't know the year. But she does now. What's it like? She said. I said, what's it like? We'll put it this way, Dan. You're probably better off in your age. Maybe not, but yeah,
Hard to
it's different.
describe.
It's
It would take
different.
more than a few minutes to describe what it's like.
It's different.
Was she aware of the BBC being over here and creating this story to the Manor Born?
She wasn't. No, she's not really aware in that way. But yeah, she knew there was energy around. Energy, you know, lots of energy coming and going. But she doesn't stay in that house.
Right.
She does go in the house, but she doesn't stay in the house. She's out there looking
She's
for.
all over looking
She's
for
looking
her love.
for her love.
Yeah.
So she's been seen everywhere.
Yes.
Okay, around the grounds and in the house.
Yeah. I think
And
you
where
should
she-
ask her to,
and
and
the
she'd
spot where
like
she
to
died.
go over. Don't you?
Would you like to join your love? Yes, you can leave her down. She said, I can't leave. I sinned. No, you didn't sin. God loves you no matter what you do. So you didn't sin. No. It's such devastating feeling what comes through with her last moments. You know,
Yeah.
she thought she'd go up and she'd be with them.
Yes.
She said, but then my soul.
But her own thoughts would have kept her
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well
yes,
down here.
yeah. Then I thought, why did I do that? I've now sinned against God, so that's kept her on the ground. Yeah, she was just only hoping to go to her love. Okay, but the man just coming in the gate there. So you can forgive yourself. You can absolutely forgive yourself. You're just
Absolutely.
a young girl.
He's going to be waiting there for her, isn't she, Tina? Isn't he?
Well, she's got to forgive herself, isn't she?
Mm.
And when she does,
Like
you will
that.
see him, and
Yeah.
you will see him. She's literally praying, please forgive me, please forgive me. But the thing is, Dan, you've got to forgive yourself. Okay? Okay, so I'm gonna. She says there's a space there yet. Okay,
Just above that tree. Yeah.
in that curve shaped.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so there is something opening up. Yeah. And I can see clouds apart, and I can see a handsome young man in some sort of uniform.
Okay.
Waiting for her. Something's stopping her. Something's stopped her.
Oh.
Okay.
Are you able to ask her what's holding her back, Tina?
Okay, can you look up to the light down? Look up to the light. Archangel, can you give us a little hope with this one, please? Look up. Are you ready to go? I'm in a bit of trouble with this one.
Okay. Is it the right time? Does she need longer, do you think, Tina?
Come forward down and look up. Oh my God, so yeah, she's looking up now, and all of a sudden she's got like flowers in her hair
Right.
and her hands. Okay, so there's lots more people now coming. The parents, the people who she lived here with, you know, all the people that she knew.
Yeah.
She saw him. She's, she's yeah. It's like her eyes been open for long, for being darkness for a long time.
Right.
Around darkness, not in.
Yes.
Uh, and they're together. And he swung around like lovers do.
Mhm.
And her heaven is actually Wiltshire.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, this is where
It's a
she was
lovely
very happy.
place.
Yeah, well, she fell in love here, didn't she? So
Yeah. Yeah.
family's there. There is a man dressed like a lieutenant there as well. So maybe that was the one she was intended to.
Okay.
He was tall and dark and a uniform on. So different to the yeah.
Yes.
So she's been forgiven by him as well. So that's really good. They're all sitting there saying you've been forgiven.
It's
Come,
all forgiven
yeah,
in
everything's
heaven.
forgiven.
Yeah.
We just want your happiness and hair. We just want your hair. I'm just hearing wedding bells. Off to the church in heaven, I think.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh wow, that was a journey.
They're gone.
That was a journey for her, wasn't it, babe?
That's hard for me
Yeah.
because she was
I
such
didn't
a
think she was going to
heavy
go.
energy.
I thought she was something held her back. Maybe
It
it's the
felt like
guilt.
the change, but there was a change of her thoughts.
Yeah.
It felt like some change around her feet. But her own thoughts, her own
Yes. And I think when she
mentality
caught a
of
glimpse of him, that was it then, wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. And that was like really strange because all of a sudden she had flowers everywhere, like she's now going to get married.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he stood there waiting for her. And when I saw that glimpse of the other lieutenant, I saw
Yes.
him there saying, that was like he saying, I forgive you,
Yeah.
So the guilt not only of taking her own life, the guilt of what she'd done to
Him.
intended,
Yeah.
and, the guilt of what she'd done to her parents, and everything was in her head.
Yes. Yes.
But she's gone now.
Wow, that was one of the most confusing readings we've ever done
But this one?
over a 2-day
Oh,
period.
yes. I mean, I think that's just because, we had a bad night, didn't we, come down
No,
there?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the two spirits coming through yesterday, and we got confused messages.
That was probably just
And
me.
yet today we've been able to. It took us all day, but we now understand both for those spirits coming through.
Well, it
And
might have been because yesterday, I need to, we're camping, we're sleeping rough and everything, but we went
yeah,
to a campsite and we had a
no, it's
shower,
nothing to do with that,
and
Tatum. I
that
think
changed my
it's
energy.
yeah, but I think it was very confusing anyway. I'm sitting there listening to you, and I'm thinking this is quite a disjointed reading here. But now today it's become perfectly clear, and it was really good you were able to connect with this girl. That is a documented ghost story. That one about her haunting this house or occupying this space. And she also threw herself out the second floor window, which I
Yeah.
think that was where we were on the
Yes.
second floor.
Yeah.
Um, yes, the other details you came through aren't documented, so that fills in
Your gaps.
the gaps.
Okay.
So that's been a long one, a fascinating one. We're going to have to try and formulate this into some sort of nice, neat sort of like storyline to make sense of because it confused us. So, right, guys, if you enjoy what we've done,
Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And from the beautiful Avebury in
yep,
Wiltshire,
yep,
which is a fantastic place.
yep,
It's overwhelming with its beauty
yep.
and the energy from the stones.
Yeah, which I think we're going to go back there now, aren't we, Tina? We're going to
Well, we're
chill
going to
out.
go Kennet, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to do Kennet, but
Yeah.
we're going to chill out by the stones, I think, for the moment, and then make our way over there.
Okay. I did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
See you later, guys.